We back at it again. Today is wellness. Shout out to Wellness with Frugal Mama. We go wellness on Wednesdays. And today we're going to be focusing on, just eating right, you know. And shout out to Boss Lady Denise. She has the smoothie challenge to where everybody's getting in on this, and I think I might even join in on it too. Replacing one meal with a smoothie. Replacing one meal. Why not? It's Wellness Wednesday, so we're gonna try to hit that up and do that as well. So I need to get home, get my vegetables and my fruit, and go ahead and we're gonna replace one meal with a smoothie. So I'm gonna get in on the one meal smoothie challenge. Shout out to Boss Lady Denise and the challenge that she's doing and everybody else that's participating in. What's going on, Tamika? And so that's one way to start the wellness challenge on Wellness Wednesday. Wednesday is all about wellness, even though we still talk about the money. And hey, what's going on? Lisa J. Stocks, what's going on? So we still talk about the money on Wednesday. That's why I put your health is your wealth up there for the thumbnail. And we're gonna focus in on a lot of little things that can, you know, benefit you in life. Not only, and I just literally was looking at a video, and they have something called a digital extract. I think that's what they're calling it. I got to go back and look at the video. But it makes sense because it's borderline. The more we start using our cards, our phones, and stepping away from the cash, the more we're just spending and not looking. You know, how many people actually look at their bank account when they get paid on Friday, when they do transactions? Especially on the weekend. Most adults already know about this. The older generation, the younger generation, they just spend. As long as that card swipe, they spend. And it gets to a point to where that's how you get overdrafts, especially over the weekend. A lot of overdrafts. Because the financial system in which we should be having a structure is going out of the school system. Boss lady in the building, just shouted out to you about your smoothie challenge. I think I'm gonna have to get in on that. Replacing one meal with a smoothie challenge. I'm gonna have to get in on that. But yeah, when it comes down to it, a lot of times, if we're not seeing the money actually, the money's just bypassing us. You know, how many people actually are, you know, buying and spending things on the weekend and then getting overdrafts on Monday? A lot. I know a lot of the youth, my cousins, back when they first got their bank account, they would swipe their card until it just declined. So they know they only got paid $500, but they go hang out with their friends, $200. Go buy some clothes, $150. Pay one of their cell phone bills or something, $100. They only have $50 left in their account. Oh, you want to go somewhere to brunch? All right, $50. That's 50. All right, you want to go to the movies? $30. Oh man, I gotta buy another outfit. $100. Before you know it, they spend so much money. Next thing you know, hey, broke. And that's what comes down to a lot of this newer generation. Some of the older, because you gotta understand, a lot of times with the older generation, if you're not privy to certain information, you're just gonna spend your money like everybody else. As the old saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So if you don't have that financial literacy from your parents or you're seeking it, you're gonna do like everybody else doing. That's like the veil that I talk about. What's going on, Alonzo? That's like the veil that I talk about with the new age way of social media. When you see something on social media, you just continue to follow pursuit. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna spend my money because everybody else looks good. I want to look good too. You know, most of the time, majority don't even know. I was looking at one video where the guy was saying when he was getting into the game, he actually thought that you're supposed to go and buy a necklace, get your name on it, customize, pay for it. These guys are making payments on it, so you can't put your name on these charms because you don't own it yet. Wellness for Frugal Mama, shout out to you, shout out to you. And it comes to a point to where they can't get their name on this jury unless they pay it off. Same rule of thumb applies to a lot of the clothes and the cars. Guys are leasing these cars, you know, and this going right into what I'm talking about with the wellness. It puts a strand on you to fit in. You gotta always compete. So, man, I gotta make all this money so it can look like I have more money. It puts stress on people. You know, a lot of times people are stressed out because they're trying to compete with society. Like, oh, my friend just got a new car, I gotta get a new car. Oh, my friend just got this, I gotta do this. Cruising is fun anytime what's going on in the building. I'm gonna be over there around 9 o'clock. I'm gonna check you out. I see what the cruisers are doing. I got to get my wife to get out of this fear factor of getting on this cruise ship. So I might even see y'all on there one day, knowing what can't stop, won't stop. He's always talking about cruises as well. Shout out to you. But you know, when it comes down to it, like I say, the stress of that and talking about wellness today, a lot of times people bring stress upon themselves for no reason. And when it comes down to it, a lot of times dealing with stress, people don't know how to cope with the stress. You know, they're just day by day going through the motions of it, going through the motions of the stress. When it comes down to it, hey, you could easily do what you need to do, have things in place in order to, you know, get things done by just spending your money responsibly, not living above your means, you know, even with eating, it's cheap. It's a whole lot easier to go buy a pack of noodles, hot dogs, some chips, and just eat that for the rest of the week on a budget. That's a real tight budget. But what kind of health is you getting out of that? A lot of sodium in those chips, a lot of sodium in them noodles, especially. You know, those Roman noodles, I've always gotten to the point where my kids want to eat noodles, I'll just get spaghetti noodles. If they want the noodles to be smaller, I get the angel hair. I would tell them those noodles are not good for you. It breaks down in your body horribly. I finally got to a point where I got one of my older cousins. She's about 20, I say 22. No, she's 21. I finally got her to the point of actually stop eating those Taki and those hot Cheetos because the doctor was talking to her about putting her on blood pressure medicine. And that was at 19 years old because she was eating so many of those Cheetos. And like I told her, do you even eat vegetables? Like, what are you doing to your body? You know, you this young and getting on blood pressure medicine. Kev checking in. What's going on with you? Kev, man, I got to get back over there to your channel, man, because I don't be getting notifications. You know, I want to call it on the the uh, the YT up and down where they, you know, they send out notifications sometimes. But ever since I got this new phone, my notifications don't come in like they used to on my old phone. It's like they do a little display over top, and if I'm not looking at my phone or paying attention, I'm not getting the notification. So I gotta, you know, make some settings go around. But yeah, she was 19, about to get on high blood pressure medicine from eating noodles, Takis. You know, it's already bad that they deal with the red dye 40 and those different things. You know, I kind of try to stay away from that as much for my kids because I tell them, I say, man, if you guys want to live a long time, it's certain stuff you shouldn't be doing or shouldn't put your body in harm's way of doing. You know, I got twin boys, and it's crazy how they're so opposite. One of them, he adopted the lifestyle of eating what I call real food. When he goes out to eat, I never forget this moment, and it's funny. So I think my son was about 6 or 7 years old, and he went out with his grandparents to go eat, and they went to IHOP. And when they went to IHOP, they was like, well, you want the little kitty pancake, the what is it called? Cupcake, birthday cake, pancake, and they give you about two little small pancakes and some eggs. And he was like, no, I eat big people meals. And so they was like, huh? So they ended up, grandma called me and was like, yeah, do they eat big people meal? I said, well, not both of them, only just Elijah. Ethan, he still eats like a kid. He only want a little small piece of meat and something sweet. So it was funny how they were looking like, how's this little kid gonna eat a whole meal? And they bought him a whole meal. He ate everything but I think one pancake. He ate half of a. They give you 3 pancakes and your egg, sausage, all that, hash brown. He ate everything but a half a pancake off a grown person's meal at 7 years old. And his brother, he ate 2 of the little birthday pancakes. No, I think he ate 4 of them, the little birthday pancakes, because they were sweet. Got some hash browns, didn't want the eggs. There you go. So it's all about the way you raise your kids to eating certain things. Like both of them eat vegetables, but the one who eats a lot of food, he eats a lot of vegetables. It was funny because we just ate tacos last night, and we eat Mexican food last night. And the crazy part of it, he was looking for rice. We had bell peppers, onions, make little small fajitas, had the cheese, guacamole, corn, black beans, and we had like the little burrito pockets that you can stuff. We had the shells that you can put them in, everything. But he wanted rice in his burrito, and it comes down to it, like I said, how you teach your kids this at a young age. Also had spinach because I like to change it up sometimes. So we had chicken and steak. And I don't really too much deal with so much dairy, so I don't eat sour cream, but I eat cheese every now and then. But the crazy part, like I say, back again, he wanted rice after all that. I had a friend, same issue with him. My friend had my son over there. He gave my son a piece of chicken and a bread and told him go eat. And my son was like, hey, it's K1, what's going on? I've been catching a lot. I actually got to get you one day. Friday, I'm going to go live again. If you stop in Friday morning, I'm going to go ahead and give you a link. I'm going to give you a wrench because I know I can't do it over here on StreamYard. Yeah, I've been checking out your videos. I actually came across your channel. What her name is? Natural Life, Athea Taylor in Jamaica. My wife's from Jamaica, so I watch a lot of Jamaican channels, but great channel. Hopefully a lot of people that's in here now sub to you, check out some of your videos as well. But, getting back into it, like I said, it just, my friend gave him that little piece of chicken, and my son was like, where the rest of the food at? He was like, this what you eat. So when it came for dinner time, they ate burgers and fries. He was asking for lettuce, tomatoes, avocado, onions, and they once again called me and was like, he eat all that on his burger? I'm like, yeah, that's what we eat. Like, you just eat a burger with just meat, cheese, and bread? And, he was kind of, shocked about it. But at the same time, like I said, if you teach your kids how to be healthy eating their vegetables, applying them to their meals, it'll be second nature when they get older. Same thing when it comes to their finance. That's why I'm always trying to teach about money, talk about savings. The bare minimum, just saving, a couple of pennies here and there, it adds up. Everybody gets to a point where they take the change, don't really want it. Pennies, nickels, quarters, all can add up to $1, can add up to $5, add up to 100 if you get enough of them. I have a change jar at my home where every time I break a bill, I always put it to the side in the change jar. End of the year, or maybe so, I just take all that money, roll it up, and put it in the bank. That could be money used for investing. That could be money used for a trip. You know, a lot of times people neglect change. I seen a guy where he gave this guy, homeless guy, $5, and he gave him some change. The homeless guy was like, "Man, I don't want no change," and threw the change back at the guy's car. And it shows about people being humble nowadays. Like, you being in a situation not having, and you get offended when somebody give you change. Like I said, people don't know the value of $1, just like they don't know the value of change. That's why a lot of times right now, being digital in this digital age, to where we can spend our money without touching it and seeing it, that makes our money go pretty fast. If I want something, I'm not in the budget of getting it. If it's something small, I'm just gonna buy it. When I have a big purchase, that's when I'm looking at my financial. Well, I need to log into my bank. I think I spent $500 and my check was only 500, so I don't have any more money. Situations like that. That's why I say, with today being Wednesday, focusing in more on your health. And once again, shout out to Boss Lady Denise, since a lot of people in here doing the smoothie challenge, replacing one of your meals for a smoothie. You know, get your body on the right track. You know, so that increases your health when you start, optimizing and looking at things that really matter. You know, taking care of your health, walking. Instead of you parking so close, why not park a little ways away from the front door? Get that little walk. You're gonna be walking around in the stores anyway, so why not get that little extra walk in? You know, Same rule applies when doing your bank account. Why not take that little extra mile and sometimes go back the old fashioned way? Get you a pen and paper and just write down things about your finance. Make sure that you're on the right page to say, "Man, I spent this much. I know how much I have left." A lot of people can calculate it in their head, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, get back to doing the old way of doing things, because that was the way that we did and it worked. Like the old people say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you're able to calculate these things and do it right there, just by off your phone, and you're consistently doing it at a good rate, no problem. But at the same time, be mindful of you spending your money. And once again, like I said, I'm about to jump off of here. I wasn't trying to be on here too long. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, your health is your wealth. Focus on your money, get paid, start putting money aside. Have a savings account. The average American, not even just American, most of the time worldwide, don't even have at minimum $500 in their bank account. At minimum $500. And this is the thing also. If you don't have, if you have more than $500 in a savings or something, you need to be looking at CDs to try to hold your money long term or short term. They have 6-month CDs, 12-month CDs, and look at CDs. They're nothing but certificates, and these certificates will give you, on average, I've seen about 5% now. A lot of people are not looking at high yield savings accounts. You need to be looking at high yield savings account. If you're going to put your money in the savings and try to let it grow, put it in the high yield savings account. Same rule applies for a lot of people that deals with their bank account. How much money is your bank giving you? Look at credit unions. Credit unions work a little better than the regular established banks. They're not as everywhere as much as you would want them to be, but at the same time, have both banks. Have the bank that's known and worldwide. They come with a lot of fees. The other banks they try to give you enhance more money because they want you to participate in a lot of things they have for them. So they're gonna have your best interest in helping you save money, get money, loans and things. So check out these credit unions. Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, you starting somewhere is the key. Looking and seeing that investment. So if you have that type of money, there you go. Put it in these savings account. That can get you off the ground. A lot of times, like I say, people just having that. If you have up to $25,000, like I said, I seen this one post where this woman and man was saving for a house. They had over $700,000 in their account versus putting it in something that could, give them more interest on their money. They just kept it in a regular savings account. A high yield would have been great. But, like I said, if and as the words of G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. So with that being said, shout out to everybody that came in the building. Shout out to you once again. Health is wealth. Focus on your money, focus on your health, and try to drink a smoothie today. Even it's better to blend it and make it yourself, but if you gotta buy one, just buy one. Replace one of your meals today, or even do an intermittent fasting, to the point where you might skip that meal that you normally would eat that day and just drink water. Once again, shout out to the people in the building. I always say when I get on here and get off, we here, and we gone. Peace.